Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Recovering Addict. I'm LT, and 2 times in my life I've hit rock bottom due to drugs and alcohol. Early 2000s was meth. Later in life I became a night whiskey drinking crazy man. Hit rock bottom, had to go to rehab. This channel right here is dedicated to relapse prevention. If this is your first time ever seeing this channel, like and follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, and get to know us. We're here to help and support you always through whatever day you're on. If you're on day 1, we're here to help and give you the support and guidance you need if you choose to. And if you are further along than that in recovery, we will love to focus on relapse prevention. Relapse prevention. We are a solution-based recovery channel. We love to find the problem, dig to see what's going on, and then straight move into the solution. Move into the solution by building better habits, actually changing things in our lives so that we may change, so that we do change, so that we can live happy, so that we can start focusing on our growth in all 3 areas of our life, our mental, our spiritual, and our physical, in such a way that we forgot that we were even here to get clean, that it just becomes this natural thing to grow, and addiction and alcohol and drugs just have no, I'm never gonna do that because that has no place in my life. Today we're going to talk about, I'm not sure if you've ever heard it or not, but there's stages of grief. So part of our June challenge, the first step is to confront the past. The first 15-minute part of our challenge, the very first one, is to confront a chunk of our past and connect the dots to our future to see what's holding us up. And so I looked up a little bit of stuff, and I want to talk about the grief cycle, right? A lot of us get stuck in this cycle. Say we lose something, we lose a job, we lose a loved one. Grief, anything that causes grief, something that's happened in the past. And this cycle is someplace you can get stuck in. So let's just say your dog died, right? You love this dog. You've had the dog for 15 years. Greatest dog you've ever known. This is just an example, but you can put whatever you want there first, okay? Whatever grief you've encountered. The first thing that happens to us is we go into denial. We avoid the situation mentally and emotionally. It's confusion. What is going on? Are you kidding me? Elation, shock, and fear. And so that's the initial response as we hit something in our life that is grief, right? And as we move through this cycle, that turns into anger. We're frustrated. We're irritated. We think about it and we get anxiety. We're pissed. Why did that happen? It wasn't time. That wasn't supposed to be. Then we get into the bottom of this cycle. It's called bargaining. Why did this happen? We're struggling to find meaning. We're reaching out to others, telling our story. I just don't get it. Why did that happen? Let me tell you this story. And then you're just like, you're in this middle of like acceptance and denial, still frustration, but you're starting to kind of just process what happened, right? You're in denial, your anger, now you're bargaining through it. Why? Oh my, because it's happened. There's nothing you can do about it, but you're going through this emotional process. And then you get into depression. You're overwhelmed. I can't believe what happened. Then the helplessness hits you. Hostility and flight, right? You run away from the situation. You're depressed. So you can either confront it or you run from it through this depression and hang on to this depression, or get stuck here in this depression. You can get stuck in between that. In any stage you can really get stuck in. And sometimes you may get stuck in that little ditch, right? You just kind of end up bobbing back and forth between anger and depression. Anger and depression. Bouncing back and through to one another. But as we come up and out of this cycle, it's acceptance, exploring options, a new plan in place, and you move on. You've accepted it. Acceptance is the answer to all our problems, especially as alcoholics and drug addicts and pasts that we've had to deal with. If you have not read page 417 in the big book, I highly suggest marking it, highlighting it, noting it, read it, reread it, read it again, and then read it one more time. Acceptance is the answer to all our problems, because when we're upset, some person, place, or thing or situation, something outside of what we can control is upsetting us. We must learn acceptance. Must learn it. Good morning, Lowe's. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Jen Ray. Morning. Did my gratitude walk 2 writings already? Dang. She's killing it. Hello. Jen Ray, what's now? How you doing? Making progress, she says. Heck yeah. You're killing it. That's so cool. Love it. Freedom Dawn. Good morning. Glad you're here. Thank you. Marilyn. The purple M&M. Good morning. How are you? Love the Popeye shirt. Thank you. I do too. I dig this shirt. Geesh. Good morning. Great timing. Good. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to go through an article on 7 strategies to put the past behind you. And the reason I wanted to start off with this grief cycle is because, like, number 3, we're going to hit that grief cycle. So I wanted you to know what we're talking about as we go through this. Real quick, continuing to say hello to everybody. Good morning, Sky Lover. So true. Grief is a hard one to deal with. A loved one, grief over drug, failed relationships, past traumas. Yeah, absolutely. These lives are so informative and make me work on myself daily. Good. That's what I like to hear. Thank you so much. Rolo, caca. Thank you on day 54. Struggling, grabbing myself by the collar everywhere I go. Good morning. How are you, brother? Anthony Victor. Welcome. Good morning. I'm doing good, man. I'm tired. Day 54. I got like a kink in my back. My foot still hurts from whatever workout I did 2 weeks ago. The gym's getting put together. If you've been watching our daily vlogs, you'll see the gym being put together. We got all our equipment in there. We did our first big group workout. It's freaking, what a blessing. Gratitude, grateful. Then I go on one of my first workouts. What's today? Friday? Wednesday, right? So we go up to the trail. I come back. I park the truck and I'm unloading. And I look under the truck and it is just dripping oil out of my truck. And I'm like, oh, really? You ain't got no say when these life on life's terms happen. They just happen. And so I just, I look at it and I'm just like, okay, what do? I'm going to be a buffalo. I'm going to run right into this damn storm. And I tore my truck apart. Got my parts on order. Went and picked my parts up. Put my truck together, something I've never done before. I've never changed the transmission oil cooler in a car before, or a truck or a vehicle. And it was a tricky one. It was tricky. How to mount it, where the hoses were, how to get rid of the old hoses and hook up the new ones and hope everything didn't leak when you started the truck. But I did it. Victory. Amongst all, keeping my goals. I love it. And I couldn't have done all that stuff with a good at it. Did I cuss? Did I swear? I didn't punch anything, which was good. I didn't throw tools. I think I slammed my toolbox one time. Yeah, I did. Because I walked, see that little thing? So I had my toolbox open, and of course I walked by it. I'm like, ah! Gave it a good slam. But that is as angry as I got. Which, if you know me, and you know my past, you would say, good job, LT. I can be pretty grumpy and angry sometimes. So real quick, 7 ways. I got a board meeting here shortly, so we're going to make this quick. 7 ways, 7 strategies, 7 strategies to put the past behind you. We got to let it go. Can't be sitting and wallowing in that crap. We want to keep going in the future. Consciously decide to put the past behind you. I'm going to put that behind me. You may think that statement is obvious, but it isn't. Consciously means being aware of what has happened to you and understanding how you are affected by it. That's why in our June challenge, number 1 is to understand what has happened to you and how you are today affected by it. Remember my example. I thought I was going to be like my dad. That held me back from trying anything except just crashing on people's couches, drinking, and just wallowing in self-pity and fear of the future, because I felt like I was like an idiot, like dumb, stupid. Why try? I'm just going to be a failure my whole life anyway. Why try? No, that part of my past affected my future, and I had to connect those dots. I realized I'm not that person, and now here I am today, trying things, figuring out that I am smarter than I ever thought I was. I did math one time and actually applied myself and found out I'm good at math if I put my mind to it, which I thought, I thought I was dumb. I thought I was doomed the rest of my life. You are not just mired in blind emotion. Make a decision means that you have weighed your choices and have elected to pursue a course of awareness and insight. Number 2, take complete responsibility for yourself. So, yes, I can blame some of the stuff in the past on certain individuals for the way that I felt, right? But that blame only lasts until I'm old enough to start making my own decisions, right? It sucks it happened to me. I've had to deal with it, but I can't be the age I'm at right now still crying about that kind of stuff. It's like, do something about it, right? I have to take complete responsibility for myself. It is ultimately up to me to take the necessary actions to move forward. So ask yourself, what or who are you holding on to and why? And how does holding on to the past make you feel? How does it make you feel? If you were to grab a thorn bush and just hang on to it, how does that make you feel? Let go of the damn thing, right? Does it feel better to live in the memory of the past, in the fantasy of what could have been, rather than to face reality of a situation? Face reality. It is easier, more soothing to hang on to the situation the way it once was, or the way you wish it had been, instead of how it actually turned out. Are you using this, holding on, as an excuse to remain in limbo? Playing victim, playing fear. I'm going to keep holding on to this past so I don't have to make any decisions. Then I can just sit here and wallow and hang on to this thorn bush. In other words, is dwelling in the past taking you away from moving toward the future? Is dwelling in the past taking you away from moving toward the future? Are you trying to avoid dealing with a loss and the void the loss creates? What do you believe is going to happen to you if you let go of the past? What's going to happen? If you let go of the past, what's going to happen to you? What do you believe is going to happen? Being as honest as you can will pay off in the long run. The pain, hurt, anger, and disappointment will diminish once you've cleared the way to better, more realistic understanding of the situation. And then you got to accept the past, right? That's where we get into our grief cycle, acceptance, exploring options, new plans, and moving on. That's why we went over that first, so that when we get to this number 3, accept the past as it is. So think of that model for dealing with putting the past behind us. This model refers to a grief and loss of death or a person or a loved one. There are times, however, when past events feel like a loss, and when grief is an appropriate emotion to mourn that loss. In her model, the stage of grief preceding acceptance are denial, anger, bargaining, and depression. Ultimately, the goal is acceptance of the past as it is. I have to look at my past and go, no, I accept it as it is, because that's what happened. It's an acceptance of the fact that the way things were is no longer sustainable. When you accept that reality, it opens up the possibility of new things, different perspectives, and perhaps of expanded consciousness. And another thing you can do too. Oh, crap. I left my thing up. Another thing you can do is you could even take that number 1 on our goals for this June challenge and look at your past just 6 months ago, when you were in and out of relapse, and the situation with you and your wife, or you and your children, or husband, or coworkers, that whole situation that was created in chaos. Get through and accept that this is the new you in recovery. That is over with. Think about it. Number 4, make a plan for your immediate future. Immediate means like today. Determine what is most important for you in the here and now and moving forward. What's most important in your life right now and moving forward? Think about it. You may have no idea what your future will look like, but taking even small steps will help you move into your future. And that's why we do these goals. All right, I'm going to start getting healthy holistically, mind, body, spirit, relationships, baby steps, and the future will unfold. Your mind will clear. You will start seeing what you like and what you want to do. It's a path of self-discovery. Perhaps you can reorder your priorities so that you explore different possibilities and opportunities. Try something new. That's every advice I've ever read on putting the past behind you. Starting a good, new, better life is trying new things out of your comfort zone. It only matters that you tried. Okay, just try it. If you don't like it, try something else. Even if it doesn't work out, if you can't see a clear path ahead of you, make one. And that's what these challenges and these habit building goal challenges are that we do. We are making a path in front of us. At least it's a path that we're going to go down and we're going to try. We're going to see where it leads. Yeah.
Depression comes from living in the past. Anxiety comes from living in the future.
Ooh.
But happiness comes from living right now.
I like that. Thanks, buddy. Then number 5, gather your strengths. What are your positive aspects? What are your talents? What are your gifts? What are your assets? You've heard me say this all before. Where can you make positive change in your life? Where can you, right now, today, think about it. Where can you make one positive change in your life? My kids' life, one positive change that they could make is brushing their teeth one more extra time a day. Right? Yeah. Mr. Cavity? And Millie? Miss Cavity? Again, very small changes are all that is needed. What can you change now? What actions can you take immediately? Immediately. What are we going to wait for? I'll do it Monday. For some reason, a Monday is like the first day of the week, so that makes sense. It's Monday, but it's middle of June, so I can't go right. And it's already like, the first week of June is already almost over, so I should have done it on June 1st, but June 1st fell on a Tuesday, and I wasn't motivated then. Maybe I'll wait till January 1st. How many made New Year's resolutions right now, this year, 2022? Yes! 2022 is my year! How many posts did you see? I'm going to crush it! New Year's resolutions. How's everybody's New Year's resolutions doing, by the way? How many of you are still committed to those New Year's resolutions? Who remembers? Oh, yeah. I made New Year's resolutions. I totally forgot. Where are you at with that? That whole excitement thing, right? Building up. That day, I'm going to start that day. Screw that. What can you do immediately to start changing your life for the better? It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be monumental. You have to make some great commitment. I'm going to own Tesla company and be Elon Musk's best friend one day. No. I'm going to get up half an hour earlier and I'm going to read and meditate. I'm going to spend 15 minutes waking up. I'm going to spend 15 minutes meditating, reading, listening, learning. Determine what you need, what makes you happy, what empowers you, rather than putting others first or trying to please others before yourself. Surround yourself with people who have your best interests in mind. I love that one. Those who understand who you are and support and encourage you. Forgive yourselves and other ones. Forgiveness allows the acceptance of the past even while you may still have questions and concerns about them. Often people do what they do for themselves without intending to cause or hurt harm to somebody else. Remaining in the past events and the emotions surrounding them keeps you stuck and angry. Forgive and let go. Why hang on to something that hurt you? Why hang on to something hot or pokey or sharp? It doesn't feel good to hang on to it. Let it go. In the words of Elsa, let it go, let it go. Coming back anymore. I can't remember how that goes. And then forgive yourselves for your actions and involvements, okay? Just move on. Number 7, learn lessons from the past. As with anything that happens to us in life, there are always new things to learn about ourselves. It's ironic, but true that the events and relationships that seem to hit us the hardest are the ones that didn't work out. The emotions of anger, hurt, disappointment, and sadness are hard to deal with. When things don't work out for us, we feel deprived of what we so desperately wanted. Our self-esteem may be feeling under attack. We may feel like the floor is falling out from under us, like we no longer control our destiny. But life lessons are good if you heed to them. If you can wait long enough to get the message, there's so much room for growth, ultimately for making better and better choices about the life you want. Okay. Love it. I love it. What do y'all think about that? What do you think? You having a hard time? You having a hard time just thinking about the past because you don't even want to deal with it? That's denial. If you're at that point where you can't even look backwards, you're denying it. You got to face that little scale and get to the point of acceptance. And if you need help, reach out, get a sponsor, find a therapist, somebody professional. Some of us can do it on our own. Some of us can do it with minimal support, like the Discord and people in there, or a local AA or NA program by working the steps. It's up to you, but do it because this is all about change. And what happens when we change? Our life gets better. And what happens when our life gets better? We don't relapse. Relapse prevention. It's the name of the game right here. Relapse prevention. All right, let's check out our challengers. What we got going on up in here? What we got going on up in here? Ooh. Oh, I put that. If you quit now, you'll end up right back where you first began. And when you first began, you were desperate to be where you are now. Right now. Don't give up. Keep going. Savage freedom. Beautiful. Childhood trauma. Hold up what I am doing about it. Nice. What's this? What's this? Oh, wow. Mapping out water every half hour. Just a glass of water. What's this? This is 12 ounces, right? Yeah. So it's like 8 ounces. Grab a glass of water, like 8 ounces. Boom. Half hour. Boom. That's simple. Beautiful. And if you miss one, what's 16 ounces to just chug real quick? Not much. Good job. Oh, look at that. Some family times. Love it. Beautiful. Good job. Savage freedom. Geesh. Mowing the damn lawn. Oh, look at it. He's got his big hat, big water. Got his trailer. Man, I can smell it. If pictures had a smell, this one does. I can smell that. Look at it. It smells like grass and gas. Sick. Good job. Nice picture. Nice photo. Love it. Nice. Dang, look at all those steps, man. He runs around like crazy. So cool. Jin Ray. Gratitude. Writing. Reading. Working out. Water. Writing. Right. Nice. Woo! Looks like she's getting a good one. Yeah. Good job, Jin Ray. So proud of you. Water. It's weird to not see coffee in there. See, that's like 8 ounces right there. Just pound that real quick. Heck yeah. Love it. Oh, some more Australia buds. Polly want a cracker? Nice. Little Miss Happiness. Beautiful. Water. Writing. Beautiful. Lunch? Oh, yeah. What's up, Bobby? How we love. Look at him. Oh, snap. He's cleaning the house. Very nice. Got his workout going on. Reading, writing, exercise, and water. Get it. In conscious contact. Good job, Grateful Pipe and Cigar. Good job, bro. Keep it up. Ziggy. What happened? Uh-oh. Oh, no. They're already booted. They missed day 2. June 3rd. Damn it. Wah, wah. That sucks. That sucks. Oh, well. It happens. We miss our days. That's what happens. That's what happens. We are down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. 6 people to our challenge.
What are the winners get?
Cool beans. Cool
I
beans.
said it last.
We already have some.
What is it?
Yeah. Shoes.
Shoes.
Yep. Right on, y'alls. I can't even see my comments. Let's go to this one. Spot on. Control your thoughts and control your life, or have your thoughts control you. Amen to that. All right, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong, work your program, and remember, we recover better together.